Should we start? Yes. We okay to start? Yeah. All right. So thank you everyone for joining today. All right. So this is our meeting for the judges and the moderators and the organizer. That we should agree a few things before our round two. So first, I would like to thank you everyone, every single of you, for your efforts. We could say that we have a successful round one NCSN debate championship tournament, right? The quality is right. Despite some of the technical issues, we did it, right? It's the first time, everyone is new with the job, including myself, right? So we're proud of the result that we have achieved. However, for quality improvements, we need to improve a few things to make sure that we achieve the highest quality. And that is the reason of today meeting, right? So in brief, so we move from 24 debate team into 12 debate team, right? So in round two, we will select a best 6 team to go to the semi-final. Do we call it semi-final? Teacher Michael? Yeah. So 6 debate team into semi-final. Now, I don't know whether any of you aware, if you follow the chat in Vietnamese in the Church and Moderator group, the United Debater and the Brave team, right, where, so the United Debater, they actually, what we call complain or dispute the result, right? They dispute the result, and the parents seem to be quite aggressive, right? Actually, I didn't cut all of their response to your group, yeah, but I keep it for myself. But you know, it's not pleasant language, or it's not pleasant at all, right? When we receive this dispute, right? So so the final decision, the church decision will be the final decision, right? But however, we need to make sure that we try to minimize or avoid those kind of dispute in the future, in the next round. And by doing so, I think that we, you know, if possible, we make the church discussion more transparent, more, you know, publicly available, right? So at the moment, because when the churches move to the private room, and for a lot of, I think for 11 of 12 debate in round one, actually there was no record or evidence or anything of the church's debate, of the church's discussion in the private retro room, and why the decision has been made. It's only for some, there are some, like, you know, provide feedback, but some, actually the churches didn't give the feedback. Especially, I remember Jason, when Jason was like churches, was it with him, yeah? Right, so remember? So Jason actually, as a moderator, you another result. And then, you know, in a Zoom, but both of the team didn't hear the result of the why they lose, or why they are not, why the best speaker or the winning team have been selected, right? So we have to make sure that we have the procedure, right? The churches who should announce what, right? So for this thing, I will listen to Teacher Michael, right? So Teacher Michael, as the person who I call the expert. So if I'm responsible for organizing, for all administration aspect, I respect Teacher Michael for all what we call is about the content, about, you know, all the technical things, right? So there are a few things, Michael, that I would like you to make it clear with the judges. and as well as the moderator, is when we allow for POI, because the united debater, they complain or they dispute that the POI from the play team is, how do I say, it's not eligible, it's not legal or something, right? So being honest, I didn't really focus on when the team are debating, because I'm managing on organizing, make sure that the Zoom is running effective. But can you explain to everyone again when we accept POI, when we should not accept the POI, and how we record how we could record the result? Should we publish the result as well? Yeah.
Absolutely.
But before we start, maybe let's everyone if you have any questions when you're doing, right? I think that some let everyone have opportunity, put their question in the chat. And then we make sure that we will judges, we will decide consistently in the round 2. Yes. Anyone have questions? Vanessa, everyone is new, so don't be afraid to ask. There is no silly question at all. We need to ask to make sure that we be able to try to make a consistent rules.
So to answer the question about the POIs, so we know that each speaker has 4 minutes to deliver their substantive speech. So for the first minute of the speech, POIs cannot be raised. From 0 seconds to 1 minute, no POIs can be raised. From 1 minute to 3 minutes, that 2-minute period there, you can raise POIs. So you just send so the debater just sends POI in the chat box, everyone sees it, and then the moderator decides whether they accept it or not. And then in the 4th minute, so from 3 minutes to 4 minutes, again, no more POIs can be accepted. So there's only that 2-minute window in the middle of the substantive where POIs can be raised. So we need to make sure that the moderators. Correct. Yeah. What Ms. Dux just put in the chat box is correct.
So maybe for everyone's benefit, can you explain what is POI and how the moderator accept POI, and what happening when the team raise POI?
So that was actually one of the 2 things that I wanted to talk to them tonight about. Let me find the slides. Sorry, guys. I can't find the slides that I was looking for. But I'll bring up a whiteboard. So all right, so the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about tonight is with the points of information. Now, the first thing, sorry, I'm a bit scatterbrained tonight. I'm a bit tired. But so the first thing you need to know about POIs is that they're lodged by the debaters. And the second thing that you need to know about them is that they are, sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. So they're accepted or rejected by the moderator. So we know that whenever a debater wants to lodge a POI, they send POI in the chat box, and it's actually up to the moderator's discretion. So they have the final say, yes or no. So if they want, they can just say no, and the speech keeps going. But they can also say, okay, accepted. Now, I can't spell tonight. So first of all, we want to make sure that we pause the 4-minute, 30-second timer that we've got going for the speaker's substantive speech. So if you accept the POI, first thing you want to do is you want to pause that timer. Secondly, okay, so secondly, you want to announce that the 15-second POI timer is about to start, and then you want to set up a 15-second timer.
Everyone feel free to ask, okay? You can either
Yeah,
ask
if you
in
have
the
any
chat.
questions, please
Yeah.
feel free to ask.
Yeah, because we better, make it super clear and understand, and everyone do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask that I've just joined the meeting, and this is on the board is everything that we have just discussed, right? Is there anything else?
Yeah, so there's 2 topics tonight. There's this, and there is actually running the debate. Like a few things that the moderators can do to improve their running of a debate.
Okay, so I'm sure, so I don't have to worry about that. Just the
Well,
POI.
you don't have to worry about it as a judge, but it's still a good thing to listen to and learn.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so third, we want to make sure that that the POI is kept strictly to 15 seconds.
Michael, I think Ham and Jason
Yep.
want question.
Where's my mouse? Judge Ham.
All right. So when they do the POI, how do we score them with the POIs?
Pardon?
How do we score the speakers when they are doing POIs?
How do we score them?
I am about to explain that now in the fourth and fifth steps.
Jason? Jason?
Well, yeah, if there's POI, then like how many POIs can like a debater can a debater ask? Like it cannot just be
That
like
is
too many
entirely up to the
POIs,
moderator.
right? Oh,
So that is entirely up to the moderator. If they want, they can accept 3 from each team. If they want, they can accept, two or 1 from each team. They can accept 6. It's really up to the moderator and their discretion.
I think the point is about the time, because they can only raise the POI in the between 1 to 3 minutes. So during that 2 minutes. So if they raise during that time frame or time slot, moderator we accept. But if they raise after, then we reject it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But can I verify, Teacher Michael, that we assume that they raise during the eligible time, the same person, the same debater can raise the POI for multiple debater.
So
in their another team.
So like I say, it's really entirely up to the moderator how many they accept, just as long as they're fair and do the same amount for each team. That's what's important.
So the moderator is entitled to reject the POI.
Correct. At their own discretion, they're allowed to reject the POI.
Okay.
Okay. So the fourth step in this is we ask the current speaker if they would like to rebut the POI that was raised. And then they'll either answer yes or no. Okay, so fifth, if the current speaker wishes to rebut the POI, make sure you start another 15-second timer for the rebuttal. Because with these POIs, we're really keeping them short to 15 seconds, and the moderators need to be enforcing those time limits strictly. And then step number 6, make sure that the rebuttal is strictly kept to 15 seconds. So yeah, try it like 15 seconds is all they've got. It's just supposed to be a quick fire POI, quick fire response. So yeah, make sure it's strictly kept to 15 seconds. And finally,
So Teacher Michael, so we the speaker have 4 minutes 30 seconds.
so I'll explain that in just a moment.
Okay.
Okay, and finally, we need to make sure that we announce to the current speaker that their substantive timer is about to resume, and then count down from 3 and resume the timer. And then they'll just go straight back into their, yeah, so they'll just go straight back into their substantive speech.
Oh, can you show that one again? Oh, I want to
I
show
can bring it back, but I just need to type something out super quick,
Okay.
and then I'll bring it back.
Okay.
Okay, so I just wanted to type here so you could see. So all of the moderators' announcements during the, sorry. Oh, so close. My spelling is atrocious this evening.
I have one questions in yellow. Just what is her name? Rosa. She asked that whether it should be the choice should be up to the debater to accept or reject the POI. Is it
Yeah.
true?
Hang on, sorry, give me 2 seconds to type this, and then I'll
Yeah.
focus on that question.
Sure.
Okay, so, sorry, Miss Duck, what was the question?
In yellow group, so Rosa is another judge. She asked, when I said that it is up to moderator to accept the POI, the moderator can reject the POI even if it's within the allowed time frame. And Rosa asked, isn't the choice up to the debaters? In the case of having too much POIs, moderator can step in, but debaters are the first priority. Is it right?
Yeah, well, sorry. So, in our NCSN debates, the way POIs work
Yeah.
is the moderator decides. So, if the moderator wants to accept the POI, then the
Yeah.
moderator can do so.
Okay.
But yeah, that decision as to whether it's accepted or not is not up to the debaters. It's up to the moderator in
Right.
NCSN.
Okay. Clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Now, so we know that during each speaker's substantive speech, the moderator needs to go on the microphone and verbally say 1 minute, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And the reason that it's 1 minute and 3 minutes and 4 minutes is so we can see there that for each call, it's actually letting the debaters know something. So when they're saying 1 minute, they're not just saying this person's been speaking for 1 minute. They're saying the period for POIs has now begun. So if any debaters have a POI they'd like to lodge, they can now go ahead and do so. When they say 3 minutes, they're actually letting you know the period for POIs has concluded. So it's important that we know these meanings for those calls as well. 4 minutes, that means your allowed speaking time has concluded, but we also know that the debaters get a 30-second window just to finalize their speech. So if they take longer than that 30-second window, then the moderator just has to mute the current speaker and they don't get to finish their speech. And the other note there is make sure you verbalize that over the microphone. Don't send the time limits in the chat message. So in the middle of the debate, don't just say like that. Don't do it like that. Make sure you say it over the microphone. So the way you do it in the debate is you would be muted while the debaters are speaking. One minute. And then you'd remute yourself again, waiting for the 3-minute call. Okay, so we'll go back to the first whiteboard because we did have somebody ask for that. So with the POI, so with the order of the POIs, do we have any questions? Okay, so Vike, what's your question?
Sure. So I have this situation where not specifically a POI, but like when someone like goes over the timer and they just don't stop, then how do you like minus their points?
Okay, so in an NCSN debate, a judge never wants to take points away for something that's been done wrong. They only want to award points for things that have been done very well. So,
Just like
you know,
tell,
so if the speaker, for example, is like leaning back on the chair like this while they're delivering their speech, you're not going to give them a strong mark for style, because their body language is very lazy and just leaning back like this. So you wouldn't mark them particularly well for style, but you wouldn't penalize their score if their arguments are still good. You'd still score them well for the content
Mike.
section.
What's your question?
so I have this situation.
Pardon, what was the question?
So that was Miss Duck's recording. She has her mic on. And she replayed the part where I asked you. Weird.
Sorry.
And your mic was on and like it replayed the part where I asked Miss.
Oh, sorry. I turned it off already. Yeah.
So Mr. Michael thought I asked him another question, which is not the case because I understand it now. Yippee!
Yippee. Okay, so just because like this is really it. This is all I had to talk to you guys about tonight. And I'll make sure that everybody gets a copy of this PDF. But so yeah, just to go over that, the POIs, they're lodged by the debaters, but at the end of the day, they're either accepted or rejected by the moderator. And then just down below, we've got the steps, the steps in the process to put a POI through. So first of all, of course, we pause the timer for the substantive speech because the POI shouldn't come out of the substantive speech. You want to announce that a 15-second POI timer is about to start and then set up the timer and then make sure that the POI is strictly kept to 15 seconds. So that's a skill in itself, learning to be quick and short and concise with your POI so you can fit them into that 15 seconds. Next, you ask the current speaker if they would like to rebut the POI that was raised. They don't have to, they're not obligated to. If they say no, then you just skip steps 5, 6, skip steps 5 and 6 and just go back to 7 and just let them get on with their substantive speech. But keep in mind, judges, that if a debater chooses not to rebut a POI, that needs to reflect negatively in their scores. Or yeah, that needs to reflect in their scores. They need to be able to defend their arguments. But of course, on step 4, if they would like to rebut, can we go to step 5? If the current speaker wishes to rebut the POI, make sure you start another 15-second timer for the rebuttal. And then, of course, make sure that the rebuttal is strictly kept to 15 seconds. So in situations like this, you don't want to just say, oh, your time is up. You want to have those powers to be able to mute the debaters. So yeah, then you can end their speeches for them. Done. But yeah, so that's really it, guys. I just wanted to go through those points with you this evening. I'll pass that PDF on to Ms. Duck now, so that you guys have a copy of those notes. So thank you very much for your attendance this evening. Oh, by the way, all the judges, you're doing
wait.
fantastic.
I have a question though. It might be a dumb question, but as the moderator, how can I know like when I should accept or reject a POI? Like, because I've never done that before. I can't imagine. Sorry.
So NCSN, we haven't really set a limit for POIs, so that can be up to you. So just as long as you're being fair to both sides, so giving both teams the same amount of POIs, then you can choose the number. I'd say probably three POIs are allowed to be raised per team. They don't have to, but they're allowed them.
So the limit is 3.
So that's the limit that I would probably recommend that you set. But at the end of the day, it is entirely up to you as the moderator. You can pick.
So it
But I
is
would say-
recommended. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would recommend just offering each team 3 POIs, so they need to use them wisely if they want them to help affect their score.
So I think that maybe we make it a rule, Teacher Michael. So
Yep.
we can get
3
the moderator
POIs.
to inform, yeah. But so the judges, so we based on number 1, the type. They're not allowed to raise POI in the first minute and in the last minute. They can only raise the POI within from minute number 1 to end of minute number 2. So that's 2 minutes. And the second,
Correct.
the maximum POI per team is 3. So if more than 3, you reject it even within the time frame. Yeah. So we make it consistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And can I ask a question that the POI is can it be all the 3 POI? Can it be from the same debater or speaker, or do we need to have like from all of them?
No, I mean, if they all come from the same speaker, that's fine.
Mhm.
But just as long as that's an approved team strategy and one
Yeah.
speaker is not just hogging all the POIs.
Yes. And look like because it's 15 seconds, so they cannot have more than 1 POI in one speaker. I mean,
Pardon?
like how do I say? So for example, the first speaker is speaking, right? And then the POI go to the first speaker. So can more than 1 POI go to the
Yes.
speaker, which is the fifth speaker one?
More than 1 POI can go to a speaker.
Yeah, but as long as the maximum.
If the team feels that this POI could be strong enough to swing the debate in their favor, then they're welcome to bring up, say, two POIs with the first speaker.
Okay. Yeah. Is it better, Vanessa?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'll make
Questions,
sure
everyone?
that I'll give a copy of this PDF.
Can
to
you
Ms.
send
George.
can you send what we call the PDF from the meeting last time? I think we haven't received it. Can you send now, please? Last time,
The
the
PDF.
rules, yeah. Oh, I think maybe can
Oh,
we?
the slides
The
for
PDF.
the slides for the moderator's
Yeah.
rules and slideshow.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'll send that over as well.
Send you now. And now can I make some of what we call rules for the judges and the moderator? So this is a new one, right? In the round 1, we let moderator, please listening. In the round 1, remember, Jason, we discussed about what will we do in the main room when the judges went to the deliberation, the discussion in the breakout room. Now we do different. Moderator, when you open the Zoom, you can open three breakout room, right? But I would recommend the two debater, the two team will be sent to their room for their own, reflection, discussion, right? For them to have a rest. And the judges stay in the main room with the audience, with the moderator, and with the recording. The judges are free to discuss, right? But we use that, your discussion as the as the evidence later on if the debater questions, right? Now, judges' rules will be final rules. That is my, that is my decision. So whether debater or whether anyone else, what we call dispute, right? Judge's decision will be final. So for example, if there are 3 judges, so we will go to the decision up to at least minimum 2. So majority. So for example, Vike, Jason, Ham, you are 3 judges, right? Vike have different, you choose another team, and Jason and Ham choose another team. Then, the team that the 2 judges choose, we win. Yeah, we only go for majority, right? Okay. What else? So we only have something the judges did, right? Do in the main room. I do recommend you own. Jason, can you share the Excel file? The one that you use, for the rubrics, right? Into the yellow group. So all the judges, we use the same rubric. All right. I think Jason, you and Harry last time have the rubrics in Excel.
Wait, last time in Zoom we
Or Michael, or teacher Michael,
we discussed through using chat box, and then we just use voice and then just sending, and then I just calculated and then just find out who is that.
I would recommend. Yeah, because now when there is the debate, the competition is more and more what we call competitive, right? So can teacher Michael prepare? If Jason, if you don't have the rubric, can teacher Michael give me the Excel file, right, of the rubrics and of the comments, right? And all the team we have to use it and have to share that screen on on the screen. Yeah, so either the judges can talk, a moderator can help to enter, or 2 judges talk and one of the leader of the judge will enter all the comments into the Excel file. Right, we aim for that, the feedback that the judge provide to the team is have to be in writing.
Yeah.
So you do verbal,
right,
but also have to be in writing.
Yeah. All right. So I've now sent you through the PDF of the moderator slideshow, the whiteboards from tonight's meeting, and the judging rubric.
Okay. Right. So you want me forward back to the team, yeah?
Yeah, so if you hand those out in the Zalo group, that'd be great.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we will use the same. All right. I think I need someone. I need one of you to convert the rubrics into the Excel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Into the Excel like Google spreadsheet. It's okay. I do it later. So in the file, yeah.
All right. Okay, well, that's everything I need to talk to them about tonight. So we can go ahead and wrap up now.
Okay, any more questions, everyone? No?
No? All right, everybody, have a good night. Thank you for your attention. And we'll see you this Sunday for the second round of our
Bye.
debate tournament.
Do you,
Good night,
anyone
everyone.
have any question that you can ask me in Vietnamese if you want to? We can stay back for 5 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, Michael. Bye,
Good
teacher
night,
Mike.
Mr. Michael. See you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Until Sunday.
Okay, everyone.
Bye, Mr. Đức.
Con hiểu rõ đúng không? Rồi bây giờ đăng ký nha. Right, register. Yeah, register for the time. If not, then you know maybe I just random allocate. Is it okay if I randomly allocate?
Dạ, cô Đức ơi, mình lại tổ chức toàn bộ vào chủ nhật đúng không ạ? Mình sẽ không thứ bảy chủ nhật
Đúng
mà
rồi.
chỉ là
Và bây giờ mình chỉ còn có 6 ca thôi. 6 cái debate có nghĩa là thực ra là có 3 khung giờ thôi. Và kênh 2 cái Zoom thôi. Là càng lúc nó càng ngắn lại. Nhưng mà mình có thể tăng cái churches lên. Tức là thay vì 3 mình có thể cho 5. Nhưng mà mình sẽ cố gắng luôn luôn là số lẻ. Còn moderator thì mình cho 1 thôi nha. Thì bây giờ ví dụ như là cô Vanessa đăng ký cái khung giờ, khung giờ em chọn thì vẫn là 8 giờ 10 giờ và 2 giờ chiều, vẫn là ngày chủ nhật thôi nha. Còn các churches thì các bạn đăng ký cái có thể có nhiều hơn 3. Cô Đức sẽ tạo điều kiện, tại vì càng lúc vô sâu thì cái mức độ mà cái mức độ mà gọi là cạnh tranh của các bạn sẽ càng khốc liệt hơn. Thành ra là nếu mình có hơn 3 thì càng tốt. Thì mình cứ lấy điểm trung bình thôi. 5 ha. Ok. 5 vẫn ổn đúng không? Cô nghĩ là vậy. 5 cái gì vậy? Con biết cái gì vậy? Cô biết cô học chán đó. 5 cho nó lẻ. Đúng rồi nó phải số lẻ. Đúng rồi phải số lẻ.
Dạ cô Đức ơi, em đăng ký luôn là chủ nhật thì ngoài cái em không làm được cái khung giờ 10 giờ sáng thì còn lại thì tầm 8 giờ sáng hoặc 2 giờ chiều thì ok ạ. Miễn là cho em không vào 10 giờ sáng.
Em viết luôn.
Dạ em cho vào
em viết
Zalo.
Không, em viết trong cái Excel file. Thôi mở để mở cái Excel file. Có cái Excel file mà.
Dạ.
Rồi. Ok rồi các cho 5 đúng không? Bây giờ cô Đức cho 5 bạn đúng không? 5 bạn giám khảo ha. Rồi. Cô Vanessa ok phải không?
Dạ. Okay.
Rồi. Ok, còn gì nữa không? Không còn thì cho các bạn đi ngủ. Cô Đức cũng đi ngủ.
Yeah, ok. Bye bye.
Evening này
Good job ha. Rồi, nhớ cô Đức là cho churches ở ngoài nha.
Yeah.
Dạ rồi ạ.
Good night.
See you Sunday.
See you